If you have ever missed the star seller requirement for responding to messages within 24 hours, then there is a new feature in Messages that you should be aware of. Hey everybody, Jeff here for POD Insights, the podcast and YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at the auto-reply feature in your Messages tab of your Etsy seller dashboard, and we'll just talk about how you can take advantage of this feature to still get credit for responding within 24 hours, even when you are outside of your normal business operating hours. Now, I personally always like to respond to my messages, especially from customers if they have a problem with an order, as quickly as possible, because I want customers to know that I'm here to help and I don't want to take the chance of waiting and then have them open a case against my shop. However, all of us deserve a break. You don't have to be on call 24/7 just because you receive a notification in your email that somebody messaged you. But at the same time, the Etsy Star Seller program has requirements to respond to all new messages within 24 hours. So if you get a message on a Friday night or a Saturday and then you wait until Monday to respond, you will have waited over 24 hours. Now, if you get a lot of messages from customers throughout the month and you only miss one or two, then it's really not a big deal because you only need to have 95% of your responses within 24 hours. But if you don't get a lot of messages from customers, then one message might actually have a big impact on that percentage. So let's talk about the auto reply feature and how it can help. If you come to your Messages tab in your Etsy seller dashboard and then look to the top right section where the Compose button is, right next to that, you have an auto reply button. When you click on this auto reply button, you'll see two options, one for temporary auto reply and one for weekly auto reply. We are going to look at the weekly auto reply, which is the newer feature. So if we select that, it brings up this pop-up window with some information here. It lets us turn on the weekly auto reply. There's a toggle switch there you need to click. It also gives you a default message here that you can either use or you can adjust. And then, most importantly, it lets you set what your normal business hours are. And this is important because you can set the timing for when you want these auto replies to send. What you want to do is select the days that you do actually have normal hours. So you need to select at least 4 days. And I selected Sunday, so let me deselect that. So now I've just got Monday through Friday selected. I don't have Saturday or Sunday. So I'm going to say it is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then click on Copy to All if it's the same for all days, and it will automatically fill in all of the days here. So now my auto reply will not send from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and that's based on the local time, the time zone that my shop location is based in. But if it's outside of these hours, Monday to Friday, or if it's on a Saturday or a Sunday, then it will send this auto reply message. And the most important part here is this highlighted sentence at the top. Auto replies count as a reply for Star Seller. So outside of my regular hours and on weekends, this auto reply message will count as a response within 24 hours. Now let's talk about the message really quick here. Now the default one is not bad. It's thank you for reaching out to, and then your shop name. You've reached me outside of my normal hours. I'll try to respond as soon as I'm back. In the meantime, be sure to read my full item description and policies. You'll find answers to lots of questions. That's not a bad message, but there are a couple things that I personally would change here. So I actually shortened this up a little bit. I changed it to you've reached me outside of my normal hours, but I'll try to respond as soon as possible and will get back to you during normal business hours, if not sooner. I like to add that little if not sooner because sometimes, if I'm not busy on a Saturday, especially if I see that I've gotten a message from a customer who maybe they received a damaged item or a bad print or something, I do try to respond even though it's on the weekend because I want to make sure the customer knows that I'm, paying attention and I'm going to help, and I don't want them to go open a case with Etsy support. However, this message has me covered in case I don't respond on the weekend or outside of my normal hours. Once you're satisfied with the message and you have your normal operating hours set, all you have to do is click on Save, and you will now be sending auto replies outside of your normal hours. And just to show you what this looks like from the customer's end, I logged out of my account and now I'm on one of the listings from the POD Insights Etsy shop. And if I come down to the message the seller option here on the listing, there's no indication right here that it's currently outside of normal hours. So if we click on message here again, there's no indication yet. So I'm just going to type in a test message here. And any second now, boom, there's the auto reply. And I just now realized that, of course, everything's behind my head. So there's the auto reply. It came through very quickly as soon as I sent this message. And one quick thing I want to point out here is it does not appear that Etsy is actually sharing with the customer what your normal hours actually are. So if you want the customer to know that, if that's important to you, then you may actually want to add your normal business hours into your auto reply message, because it doesn't look like Etsy is including that by default. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, do me a favor and hit that like button so YouTube can show the video to more people. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the POD Insights channel so you can be notified when I come out with future videos. If you have, thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.